Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight, it's the East Coast Web Printers Gen 6 series here from Indianapolis. I'm Dean. He's Barrett. Barrett, Indy. I know we love driving this place, one of my favorite tracks ever.
This is a driver's track, and this is my home track, Dean. And I'm real excited to be here tonight broadcasting to you live from the great city of Chicago, Illinois, watching all my friends race around this big, beautiful 2-mile oval, Dean. Square, well, I guess it can't be an oval. It's kind of a square D.
Well, you know what it is? It's more like a Pez from the old Pez dispensers.
That it is, yeah, good point. It does look like a Pez. Yep.
I mean, I don't know where that come from, Baron, but, you know, maybe we need to take a couple of Pez's and move on here. Keys to the race tonight. What do you got for us, Baron?
Well, this one is going to be about aerodynamics, Dean. This is going to be who can reproduce a consistent lap in and lap out, but getting on and off pit road, you better know how to do that because this is a little bit tricky. And as we can see, we got a driver in the wall early on in the warm-up lap. So getting on and off pit road, make up some spaces, very Darren Bros-esque. But if you can get clean pit stops, you're going to advance some positions here.
Yeah, I mean, and there's opportunity within those pit stops. Don't see a lot of cautions here at RGR, but cautions could play a role. And one of the key factors here at Indy is you do not go a lap down when you pit here, Baron.
No, it's too big. It's too, for lack of a better word, it's slow for, a 2 mile because it's a very flat track. But those straightaways are a lot of fun, Dean. A lot of drafting down those straightaways. You'll see guys try to break that draft. They'll snake back and forth trying to keep their competitors behind them.
Absolutely. And we just looked in on Darrell Spear. They have, conveniently, the Spears have put the names on the back of their bumpers. No more confusion for us old folks up in the booth, Baron.
They're taking care of us tonight, Dean. I appreciate the effort.
Me too. Perhaps I could use bigger letters. My eyesight ain't that great, Baron.
I got this thing fully dialed in, Dean. I still wouldn't be able to see it, though.
Tom Lester out there doing some warm-up. There's Lance Ripka. Let's check in on our championship standings here. These totally unofficial. I think the big story here, Baron, Jason Jackson, his championship to lose right now. The only other story is who's going to finish second. Nice to see Rachel in the hunt there, Claus in the hunt.
Yeah, so 2 points separate second and third here. And Rachel's been really consistent. Jason Jackson looks like he's taking the night off, so we're going to close that gap a little bit tonight.
Well, all right, there you go. So Jason Jackson will leave some room for some others here. As we have a little glitch, we'll get that fixed right away. All right, now that that's done, let's get into tonight's starting grid. On the pole, it's Claus Williams with a time of 52.407. Number 16 on the pole. Tony Ratliff will start on the outside of row 1. It's good news for Tony, qualifying well. He's been finishing so well lately, usually up 5 or 10 spots. Now he's got a good starting spot. Lance Ripka along with Tom Lester. Another almost surprise, I would say, to see Tom up here in the top 4. Good job by him. And you got Rachel Hunt. We've seen her in the top 3 in points with Troy Torgerson. They're in row 3. Row 4 will feature the big possum Jason Brantley along with Jason Spear. In row number 4, you got Rick Thompson and Royce Valley. That's row 5. My apologies. Row 6, the Toad Man, Todd Gilly, along with points leader Jason Jackson, who is not taking the night off, apparently.
No, he's in the field. I take it back.
All
right. His name's on the board.
No take backs. Sorry about that. Edward Kane and Ian Spear will start 13th and 14th. Of course, another Ian Spear, which is Ian Spear. Daryl being 14th. Ian 15th. Then you got Herb Ashley, Tom Ashley, James Suggs, and I think that's it. Maybe Royce Valley not gridding up here tonight.
Yeah, it was funny. I was going to call on Royce because he's been having some late season success, and we saw him doing some warm up laps. So I was assuming he was going to take the grid, but it looks like Royce may be thinking better of it.
Yeah, you never know what goes on in the sim racing world, Baron. You know, there could be issues, connection issues, home issues, all kinds of issues. You know, those people we're so thankful for and to let us race and everything, sometimes they cause issues for us too, Baron.
Well, we have those issues too in the booth scene, mental issues, alcoholic issues.
Yeah,
you know.
the list is long, Baron, very, very long.
It is.
I talked to my therapist this week, and they told me I shouldn't associate with you any longer.
That's sound advice, Dean. I am a bad influence.
Well, I told them they could shove it, Baron. I ain't leaving you behind. Here we go. They're going to leave the pace car behind. They're ready to go racing here at Indy. Green flag down and away. Good start by everybody. Here you see that tight group heading down into one.
And they'll be side by side through one. You'll watch them get all strung out here by the time we get into three. Guys and gals here try to get a little spot on the inside here.
Wow, Claus Williams. Great angle he took there. He'll get out front. Ripke into second.
And you really want to be out front tonight, Dean. Track position of premium in Indy.
Oh, it's so key, Baron. That clean air, you can just set sail around here. And that's where we're seeing already is I think Ripke knows it. He's pushing that car pretty hard to get back up there to Claus. The good thing that I like so far is there's people who stay low, Baron. Got to get those tires down underneath the white line. That's where the speed is.
Yep, sure do. And they're already single file, Dean, lap one.
Yeah, and that's not a surprise at this track, really. I mean, you're going to have to be aggressive here. I don't know how the draft package is working exactly, but it seems that it's a little hard to get a big run here right now, so we'll see how that plays out. Crank it up! They going fast, Baron.
Yeah, they sure are. They're getting around this thing. Looks like Claus got a little company here. We thought he was going to take tail, but I think it's Ripke keeping him in touch.
Yeah, I mean, Claus looks stable. The thing I'm noticing about him when I do look in is he's not hitting every corner the same, Baron, which makes me wonder, something that's plagued him a little bit, a little over-driving at times. So Claus got to be wary of that. If he's not getting quite to the bottom there, and that's allowing Ripke to sneak underneath a little bit, get that headlight down there, as you like to say.
Yeah. And Ripke, gets it, right? He's one of those guys that's raced this track, and he's raced smart. I don't think he's pushing or he's overcompensating here as we see Claus trying to break that draft.
Yeah, that's interesting, and you see a lot of that at this track. The old serpentine usually is what you'll see from the guys trying to break that draft. See here, both guys doing a nice job. I'd say Ripke's just a tire width lower, and I really like that.
Well, it's speed, Dean. It translates into speed.
It's speed, and it's also long term. It's better on the car, so it's a dual case scenario. You see there, just barely lower. Behind him, Tony Ratliff sitting there, being patient. I love it. And Tony's getting right down there. You see, right down to the rumble strip. Rachel Hunt right behind Lester, thinking about making a move. Got Torgerson right there with her.
No high line here tonight for Rachel. She loves the high line at most tracks. Really not a place to do that up here.
No, there isn't. I mean, I don't think there ever has been or ever will be a high line here at Indy. You see Brantley down the track. He might be trying to break a draft or make a move. He's underneath of Jason Spear. There's Rick Thompson. He looks to capitalize, so Spear might lose 3 here. Looks like he's going to give them up, at least 2 of them. The Toad Man shut down, though. Back up front, Claus Williams, your early leader here, lap 6 of 80. Do we have any fuel mileage concerns out here? Do we really know, Baron?
Well, I don't know, but yeah, this is a fuel mileage track, no question. This thing, you know, almost plays out like a road course, Dean. You just got to kind of do it backwards.
Not sure what that means, Baron, exactly.
Well, you're going 80 laps, and you know how many laps you can do in this car, and you know, if your crew chief is doing his job, he's going to find a way to get you on and off pit road just as soon as humanly possible to the very end.
And is this specific to road courses in some way, Baron?
Well, road courses typically run their pit stops from finish to first. They don't do it first to finish. You know, if you're a road course racer out there, you know, like you're making sure that your pit stops end right when you can make it to the end with a road course.
Great point there by Mr. Labosco. As Claus Williams lead, Lance Ripka in second, Tony Ratliff third, Tom Lester in fourth. You got Hunt, Torgerson, and Brantley right where they started. Thompson's up 1, Spear down 1, the Toad Man's up 1, and then we got James Suggs who's picked up 7 already. Holy smokes.
On the way, yeah. Making his move. I love it. Good to see James back in the field, too.
Yeah, really nice to see, rocking that Asus machine. James, I think he got a little something here tonight, Baron. You don't see him that often. Maybe he thought, oh, Indy? I'm in for Indy.
Yeah. All set and ready to go. Beautiful car tonight from James, and got that thing headed towards the top 10.
There's Herb Ashley, and Herb maybe gonna outduel his brother Tom tonight. I mean, Tom been putting a whooping on him lately, so Tom a little further back in 15th. Now he started 17th, so he's picked up a couple. There is the Shiner Bach machine.
And he's right behind Jason Jackson, our points leader. So Jackson, you know, down a couple spots. Are we playing possum here?
Well, I mean, I can't speak to his starting spot of 16th. I got to think he was unable to qualify here tonight. So at this point, possum, sort of. This is standard operating procedure for the Jackson machine. Slow early. Will we find him in the top 10? I'd put money on it, Baron.
Yeah, that's a pretty good bet right there. Can we get that on DraftKings?
I think he can. You just look up Wind Tunnel TV through DraftKings. I'm sure it'll pop up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And put it in the discount code as well.
For sure.
Ripka looking to make a move. You can see that lower line that he's taken, lower entrance. I like that. I'd like to see even an earlier entrance out of these guys, Baron. I love getting into these corners early and hooking them. Talk about it a lot. It's a favorite of mine. It works very well. You see Brantley making a move right now underneath of Tony Ratliff. It looks like he's going to get down there and take this spot. We'll see what Tony can do. He's going to a little evasive maneuver there from Tony. He'll give it up. Rachel crosses him over. What a move out of the Hunt machine.
Yep, aggressive driving. Tony Ratliff, there's blood in the water, and here come the Sharks.
Yeah, and Torgerson was thinking 3 wide maybe, and Rachel closed that door. Said, not today, Troy. Rick Thompson playing nice. He backed out, but still has the bottom. So he's going to come on through. So Tony hemorrhaging spots here. He's going to fall all the way to 7th. Him and Lester both have fallen 5 and 4 spots now. Claus Williams still trying to hold off Buckshot Ripka. Here comes Tony Ratliff, says, hey, I can do that too, you know.
He's got a little drafting help out there from Lester, giving a little push.
Well, Lester, a bit of a pusher. He's been pushing that Jack Daniels on us, Baron.
I respect it. I endorse it.
So Tony gets one of his spots back up to 6th. Back up front. Still Claus and Ripka walking away. And I can't tell, Baron, are they working together here?
Well, you can do that. This draft package will allow you to push and gain speed down the straightaway. So as the cars behind them get to racing, they're going to lose touch with these two.
You know, last time I drove Indy, I'm sure it's changed over time, but you used to swap the lead on every straightaway. You know, you would draft them down here, and you get such a draft, you would take the lead, and on the back straightaway, the other guy would do the opposite to you, and you could work as a tandem for the entire race.
Well, I think you still can, but the passing isn't happening anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get quite the draft in these cars. Darrell Spear on pit road. This is bad news for the 32 machine.
Yeah, these straightaways almost act like Talladega or Daytona. Get these cars lined up, they actually move a little bit faster in those straights.
These two looking real nice. The main pack right here. Let's go ahead and go on board with the winner. Well, there's Suggs first. He's now up 9, Baron. He continues his march, but let's go on the Tom Lester machine here and just have a look. Cars all lined up in front of him. You're looking at the bumper of Rick Thompson. And then there is, right in front of him, Tony Ratliff and Troy Torgerson. So you see everybody kind of bobbing and weaving a bit here.
Looks like he kind of lost the nose in one.
Yeah, it's all angle based and how you get in and off of these corners, Baron. It's very specific. See Tony kind of trying to break the draft. Rachel up the track. That's bad news for her.
It's such a precise track.
And I like that. You hear that pedaling of the gas? I like that from Lester. Trying to keep that thing down there and not get too tight on exit.
Yeah, it's such a precision track. You got to hit those marks time and time again.
Yeah, definitely. And it's all about exit, isn't it, Baron? I mean, entry speed, not that important.
So it's definitely about exit. You, as long as you got the nose pointed at the middle of the apex, you'll come off with a decent amount of speed. It's where that throttle position happens, getting to the apex and then out. That's really where it, you make up some ground.
How about Torgerson? Now he's up 3. Brantley in 4th is up 3 as well, but he just lost one to Torgerson. Could it be Torgerson's night? And we missed, of course, a pass for the race lead as Lance Ripka has taken the lead. Let's go ahead and get a replay on that. Oh, it looked like Claus off the wall. Yeah, a little early exit, pushed up to the wall. Big run here. Claus really going to back out here and just set up for his entry into the corner. Actually, he doesn't. And he'll get in there a little late, but Ripka takes over the lead. So I was a little worried.
I hope the damage. Go ahead.
I was worried that Claus had been pushing a little too hard, Baron, just the way, he wasn't quite on the bottom. That's a telltale sign to me. The car's going to get a little tight on you, and it's starting to show now.
And Dean, I hope the damage isn't too bad on that Williams machine. I mean, he did touch the wall. It didn't look like he got it real bad. But every little bit counts here.
Let's see if I can get a look at that here. Looks like there's a few nicks and scrapes on there, Baron. Claus doing a much better job of staying low. He probably was the whole race, Baron. I'm a bit of a nitpicker over
here. Just booth jinxing him.
Rachel stuck on the outside again. So Rachel, all of a sudden, you give up that inside lane, Baron. You're going backwards. That's what's happening to her right now. Rick Thompson goes by, so put Rick up to 6th. Tony's up to 5th. Rachel falls to 7th. Claus still hanging right with Ripka. Their lead approaching 2 seconds on Troy Torgerson, who's broken free. Well, he's got Brantley with him, actually, but those two have separated themselves. They're starting to run down our leaders.
And that kind of tandem gap that they're doing there really does get the straightaway speeds. We talked about it before. If these guys got it in their heads, they're going to work together. This could mean trouble for Williams and Ripka.
Yeah, it's a big key. We're having someone to work with. Key is, are they talking? Are they communicating? Are they teammates? Are they going to come on to pit road together, Baron? Because you might have a partner for 30 laps and then no more after that.
Right, yeah. Well, you just pick somebody else up, Dean. It's a co-opetition.
So you're like that, are you, Baron? You just drop one, you pick up another.
That's the way it works.
This is the way it works, isn't it?
That's the way it works.
We must keep marching forward, everybody. These long straightaways. Look at that beautiful lush grass, Baron. For some reason, I want to hop on my mower and start cutting grass.
Yeah. Well, like I was telling you, we've had some rain in Indy, so.
Yeah.
Looks like we have a retiree, Herb Ashley, out of the field right now.
Yeah, Herb has called it a night, so much for beating brother Tom. Tom back here with Jason Jackson. If they're playing possum back here, Baron, they're running out of time.
Well, moving towards 20 laps in the event, tires are starting to get a little, worn, and we'll see some guys coming and going. So,
thing I remember about this track, Baron, is guys who save their stuff here at the track are never going to make up time on the leader. That's how I remember it. Being out in the lead and showing speed is tire saving, believe it or not.
Right. Because track position means an awful lot.
Yeah, it means everything. And quite frankly, at a track like this, you can have much better tire wear than someone else and not have the times to show for it. So you got to be careful with your tire saving here at Indy, in my opinion. Ian's here now in. We already had Father Darrell come in. Now Ian's in. What's going on with the Spear Clan here?
20 laps of 80. A little early for pit stop.
I mean, it's possible they got some damage, hit some wall. You see Rachel Hunt chasing down the track. Lester chasing her. He wants a little sniff there, and he gets it. And now he goes on forward.
Back on the outside. Nice pass.
Good pass. Ripka, your leader. Williams in second. Torgerson and Brantley now 1.2. So they've made up about 6/10 here, Baron, as Rachel Hunt comes on to pit road on lap 21. So very interesting here. These early pit stops, I cannot explain them.
Strategy. That's what we're talking about here. Must be strategy.
You're thinking a 3-stop strategy here, Baron. I mean,
Well,
how's the time drop off of the tires?
Well, good question, Dean. I don't know that there's a ton, but they got something figured out here.
They must. It'd be surprising for you to hear this, Baron, but sometimes they just know more than we do.
Yeah, I'm not shocked to hear that.
Claus doing a heck of a job staying with Ripka, but again, Torgerson and Brantley continue to reel him in, and it's coming down in a hurry now, Baron. See some
really nice charge from these two.
A great charge here, and I love that Brantley has hung on. Torgerson got around him, but could not get away from him. Oh, and Claus, heavy impact into the wall. It looks like he's all right, but he come off that wall pretty hard. Brantley going to go on by here. So Claus will go from 2nd to 4th as Torgerson and Brantley go by.
So Lance Ripka out here pretty much on his own now. These guys should go ahead and start reeling him in.
And Claus is coming in. Claus has seen enough, or he's got too much damage. One of the two. He heads to pit road. Of course, those cones are very early, Baron. Normally they're at the end of the wall, right at entrance, but the cone's a little further back. They can sneak up on you.
Big run here.
Yeah.
Brantley got off that corner real nice.
And these two are both, they're reeling in a 10th a lap at minimum at this point. They got a sniff of the draft of Ripka, so they are there now, Baron.
Yeah, they sure are. And, I think we were right about this. I think they are working together. I saw Brantley just barely poke his nose out and then lift as he got into the corner, so they're definitely working that draft together.
And Tony Ratliff into the wall there off of 4. So that's going to hurt these guys' efforts in their drafting. Our main group doing a nice job. Ken Ripka hold off the hard-charging Troy Torgerson and Jason Brantley. Second group, Tony Ratliff, Rick Thompson, and Tom Lester. A little further back, our big comer of the night, James Suggs, running great lap times still. So Suggs trying to do it by himself, Baron. That's a tough deal.
Up 11 spots into 7th place. Great drive, and really, we were kind of talking off camera here, about how be nice if he would get into some of these and finish the race. Well, he came the race tonight, Dean.
Yeah, he's definitely in this thing with pit stops coming up here shortly. The next group up, you got, looks like the Toad Man, Todd Gilly, kind of alone. And then here comes Jackson, Kane, and Ashley. They've been to N-Spear right there in that group. Those top 3, they've been together for a while, Baron. And I said they were waiting too long. Well, they're coming. They've already caught up to Spear and gone by them, so they're on the move.
That is tire saving at its best, too. They were very, very patient in the beginning of this run, and now here they are making their move.
Ripka, so these guys caught up to him. Brantley has gotten around Torgerson and took over 2nd now. So I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe we'll get a replay. And well, according to my replay list, Jason Brantley passed Torgerson about 8 times, Baron. So I'm not sure what is registering there. We'll save that one.
That's an iracing thing.
Yeah. But you see Brantley, I love that. I just watched those 2 left tires right down by the rumble strips. We'll watch here. See if he can do the same down in this corner. Matter of fact, let's go on board with Jason Brantley. And yeah, right down to the rumbles. I love it. This is how you drive Indy, folks. Got to get in a little earlier. I would like to get into those corners prior to the rumble strips, Baron.
And we saw Ripka right on the rumble strip. Got his car a little upset.
Yeah, that's the key. You want to go low, but not too low, right? It's a fine line, Baron.
It is.
You see here, much
right
lower here. And look at the
he
drive
drew
off.
up on him. Yep, drew up on him there, and it slowed down that Ripka machine.
And Ripka overdrives a little bit again, and so he'll get a big run here. Maybe not quite getting to the bottom, but Brantley, a big run. Does he take it? Does he try to make a move here on entrance to 3? Nothing doing so far.
Ripka.
Seems content, Baron.
He just pushed Ripka. That's okay.
From what I'm seeing, the way that 3 is driving this, in particular, all these corners really, I just think he's got a big advantage here. I expect Brantley to take the lead at some point here.
Well, that's a Toyota, a Chevy, and a Ford in the all 3 there. You would think that one of these brands would want to lead out here. Brantley looking to take the lead, but make the pass, man.
Ripke holding tough, starting to put a little distance here, a couple of car lengths. All along that second group, Tony Ratliff, Rick Thompson, and Tom Lester plugging away. Last time by, they were about a 10th faster. Suggs, all by himself, were equaling the lap times of our leader.
Well, it looks like that time Brantley was a little bit off the corner. Maybe his tires are going away.
Yeah, it looks like that's the case, Baron. I mean, maybe he's getting a little tight in that wash that the 52 is creating.
He's right down there that time, though.
Yeah, he's really good in 1 and 3. And that's kind of the low-riding corners, right? Well, once you get into 2, he doesn't seem to get down to the rumble strips, and same in maybe 4. So, we could have dueling corners for these cars. That's an old band name, Baron.
Dueling corners?
That's right.
It was dueling banjos.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get confused a lot, Baron.
It's the alcohol, dude.
It is. Let's go on board with Troy Torgerson and see what we can find out. Suggs on pit road, so Suggs goes in.
Lap 30. Did they make it halfway, Dean?
Yeah, that's the question, Baron. I mean, I'm assuming, and I should never do such a thing, but we're well past the third way marker, which would have been like lap 26, 27. So I'm assuming these guys are pushing to 40. Otherwise, don't know why they're still out here. I mean, as a whole, the whole crowd of 12 cars still on the track. Claus Williams is on the track, a lap down. Looks like Ian Spear, Herb Ashley, and Daryl Spear, along with Royce Valley, out of the race here tonight. We'll watch this entrance here, Baron, and see if he gets in early. I like it. He's trying to get down there. A little bit of a bad angle, perhaps. And I like this. This is where you want to be. You see that entrance? That's a perfect turn 2 entrance from Torgerson there. You got to get down underneath the white line prior to the rumble strips. It's something that most people don't do, and there's a ton of time to be made up. There's Suggs going by our leaders with some freshies.
He just came off of pit road, and to your point, Suggs did not go a lap down.
Yeah, and he was, well back, right? So I don't know how gap-wise, maybe 10 seconds back or something. Still did not go a lap down.
But you can see the difference between fresh tires and old tires there, because he was equal to our leaders going into 3, and he's already shot out.
Yeah, it is quite dramatic, no doubt about it. Second group has gone away. Now Tony Ratliff is all alone. He's starting to make some hay, showing late speed in the run, something we're accustomed to seeing from the 6 machine. Lester and Thompson have fallen back a little bit. Jason Jackson, our points leader, we said we'd find him in the top 10. Well, I find him right now in 7th place, Baron.
Tom Ashley up 9 spots with him. That whole herd back there.
Kane going underneath. Claus Williams back here. Claus has already pitted, so he's trying to come on through. Claus did go a lap down, but he had a problem. I don't know if he fixed some damage. Not sure what happened with him.
Well, we saw him off the wall a couple times, so he may have just taken the time to go ahead and fix it, and maybe a caution helped him reset.
So it's still Ripka out front. The big mover right now is Tony Ratliff. He is flying around this track, Baron.
Yeah, we saw him drop earlier. Woo, he misses that corner.
Yeah, he missed her a little bit there.
Yeah. First jinx in effect, but we saw him drop, and now he's back. It looks like the car is really coming to him. And as I said that, he got a super loose.
Well, loose is fast compared to tight, especially here. Brantley, been impressive hanging there, but he has been unable or unwilling to make a move on Ripka.
Torgerson flashes out here.
Yeah, Torgerson with some issues. He's gone from the server, at least temporarily.
Looks like he fell back in line.
Well, I don't think he did. Meanwhile, Ripka is still trying to break that draft. Did Torgerson come back? We've shown him in 11th right now, but I can't find him visually.
Here you go.
Yeah, that's a shame. And here comes Brantley. Lap 34, Baron. Can't make it to halfway. For the love of me, God, I don't know why we wait till lap 34 or 5 and why the rest of the field hasn't pitted if we can't make it to lap 40. Nonetheless, I will continue to preach these messages, Baron, every, Thursday. I was going to say Sunday, but...
We'll see. We know Lance Ripken knows what number he needs to be at, so... we'll see
we often find, Baron, to be fair, we do interviews, we talk to these guys, and we find legitimate reasons for the... Oh, and Torgerson's back! Super long time. He pops up right where he was, Baron, except for now, he's a lap down.
Well, that's what iRacing's claiming. I bet on his screen he probably sees him as second place.
Well, that's unfortunate because he is not. And Tony Ratliff has caught up. He's caught up in a hurry. That group was broken up because of Torgerson's blink out, and then we had Brantley pit. Meanwhile, Tony Ratliff has just run down Ripka by himself. It's pretty clear to me, these leaders, they're going to make it. I don't know why Brantley wouldn't have been able to make it. He was drafting a lot, Baron.
Yeah, I agree. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Unless he figures he can make up by an early pit, unless he figures he can actually make it. That's a lot of laps.
Maybe it's a short pit. You'd be talking about 45 laps. I don't know. Well, here comes Tony Ratliff and Troy Torgerson, 4 laps short. This is wild stuff.
They must be able to make it, Dean. I mean, they must know that they can make it, right?
Well, they don't short pit, Baron. I mean, that's just a fact. This league never short pits, so I don't think they can make it. I think this is oh, I guess I can't make it. I guess I'll pit now. Instead of thinking out the race and pitting 10 laps ago when you should have pitted. And I'm yelling at people. I'm old, Baron.
I love it when Dean gets mad.
If I'm a crew chief, there's going to be a lot of yelling going on, Baron.
Oh, that's great. That's good TV right there.
Rick Thompson up here running in third right now, putting down some, well, not great time last lap by. Jason Jackson's made his way to fourth, Kane in fifth, Tom Ashley sixth, Jason Spears seventh, the Toad Man's in eighth, Rachel Hunt. She might have been thinking about gas, Baron. That might be why she slowed down. She's trying to make it. Suggs in 10th. And I think Suggs is already pitted. We've established that. He's currently 36 seconds off the lead, but has pitted. Ripka out here all alone all of a sudden. And that would mean Tony Radliff and Torgerson, they pitted and come out together. This is pretty good news for them. They can work together, Baron.
Can you imagine Mike Joy just screaming at the... What are they thinking? You should have just picked 10 laps ago.
I can. I've talked to Mike, and Mike agrees with me. Well, for these guys, so clearly they were trying to make it, discovered they couldn't make it, and came in. Okay. Ripka, he's on lap 39. He can make it. He's been leading the whole race, Baron. This makes no sense. How can the guy who's been out front make it and the guys drafting can't?
I don't know, dude. I don't have that answer.
Damn it, explain it to me, Baron.
I would... I'd love to be able to explain it to you in some way. I just do not have that answer.
Well, explain this. Tom Lester in the Jack Daniels machine is coming up on Lance Ripka now. Lester looked good early, then started to fade. Now he's back and he's about to take the lead. Tom Lester gonna put the Jack Daniels machine out front. How about this?
Let's go, Tom.
I love it.
Let's go, buddy.
He hit the go button because, you know why, Baron? He discovered he's got enough gas.
Yeah. He's got enough gas. You're killing me. You're killing me.
So lap 40, these guys all can make, they're good to go here. At least, you know, they've made it to the completion of lap 40. And I think Ripka is struggling fuel-wise. I think that's obvious in his time he's driving. We expect him to come in, so let's go on board here and watch Lance Ripka come to pit road here.
On the rumble strip, backs are down. He and Tom come on to pit road. Nice and safe here, boys. No penalties.
Yeah, and I think...
Because you've got the field beat.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great call there. You see Jackson's in, Kane and Spear come in as well. Rick Thompson going to do one extra lap. I love this by him because now he won't have to do any fuel saving here on the second run, or at least less of it. So Rick might be, you know, might be a big winner in this whole thing. Rachel Hunt still on the track. Brantley has already pitted, but he can't make it, apparently. Or he's short pitted by a great deal. So him and Suggs kind of will begin to work together here, Baron. And I mean, Suggs came in on lap 29, Brantley in 34, so don't think he'll be able to hang with them. There is Thompson coming in now. That'll hand the lead over to Rachel Hunt. So Rachel going to lead a lap. She'll probably come on to pit road. Let's ride with her. She is not. So she's backed it down enough, Baron. No, she pitted on lap 20, Baron. So she went with... She's the only smart person in here. Leave it to the women to outsmart the men. She decided, I can't make it, and I'm going to pit early and make up some time. And guess what? She's your race leader. Brantley closing in from behind. Now he pitted much later.
Brantley had speed too, so we know he's not going to hold back.
No, and she's not going to hold him up. She's going to let him go. Smart move from Rachel. Brantley goes on through. Now Brantley, like we said, he's on a two-stopper, probably. So he's got to go, 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 Baron, and that's exactly what he's doing. Let's check our pit board. The first car to pit on lap 40 is Ripka, so he's managed to come out in front of Tom Lester. So those two resume their battle, and this is going to be a battle to the end of the road here. Ashley, Spear, Kane, Jackson, they're all sitting 7th through 10th. They've all should be good to go except for Tom Ashley leading this group. He was 1 lap short of halfway, so he'll have to do some saving. And being the front runner here of this group, not what he needs, Baron.
I mean, I don't know that it's going to matter, Dean. I mean, those 3 cars are just pit. The race is there. You know, the rest of the field can't make it halfway. Unless they figured they can, and they're short pitting, Dean. Like you said, very uncharacteristic.
We shall find out as we go. Claus Williams had an incident. Let's have a look at it. And that's, I'm not sure what this is other than a let's get in here and get off the track type of situation. Yeah, I think he's just had enough, Baron. We'll fast forward here, and he's just going to pull her on down here, and that might be all she wrote for Claus. So there is your race leader, the Big Possum, the number 3. Rocking that East Coast web printers machine. Got Kailu glass on the rear. Love it. The title sponsor out front here, Baron.
Oh, sure is. And look, while we're talking about title sponsorship, let's talk about East Coast web printers, shall we? Because if you need printing needs, this is the organization you need to work with for all your professional printing needs. They're equipped to handle 5,000 to 5 million for all your publications, your magazines, your manuals, your inserts, your direct mail printings. Please give these guys a shout. This is outstanding quality, service, and experience you can trust. East Coast web printers, and Dean, we can't do it without these guys, can we?
We certainly cannot. We love them. We appreciate them. We're thankful. And Mr. Brantley here in the car in charge of that East Coast Web Printers sponsorship. He's got the car. He's put it out front. And let's check his pit status. Well, he didn't pit. He's got another stop to do here, Baron. So we'll see how this all plays out. But maybe, just maybe, this is a chance for him to shut me up in the booth, Baron.
Just to put a period on the end.
Absolutely. I mean, I expect nothing less. I've been wrong, probably more than I've been right. But I think there's been a couple of mistakes. Suggs currently in second right now. And then you got Rachel Hunt in third. You see Torgerson down the track. He's back in 13th. He is a lap down, I believe. So Rachel's in third. There's Tony Ratliff in fourth. Let's see Tony. He was on lap 36. And then it's Ripka and Lester. So Ripka and Lester, they look like our players here tonight, Baron. And this group being led by Jason Spear, I mean, they're closing in as well.
Well, Ripka and Lester, you know, they're the 2 cars that you're going to have to beat now. They've got the field covered up on pit strategy, so provided we don't get a yellow flag here, these 2 will eventually cycle out into the lead.
Well, this is big for both of them, right? Lance, you know, he's dancing around victories, and he's had a couple, but he would like more, and he would certainly love this one. But Tom Lester, this could be his first ever victory. He is having the race of his life here tonight, and I'm loving it, Baron.
Yeah, driving real solid, nice and consistent, staying in front of the leader. Gave up a little ground coming out of that turn, but he's still there.
He's still there. Just got to keep a sniff of that draft there. He'll be just fine. That car will suck back up, and I think he's almost counting on it. He's taking these corners a little slower, saving a little bit for later, and using that draft on the straightaways to stay with him. Great job. Second group. All of a sudden, Kane's the leader. So they've been swapping it here. Who's leading this group? Kane and Thompson, all of a sudden, they're looking to separate.
A lot of good cars in that group, Dean.
Definitely is, and including our points leader, Jason Jackson, back in 10th. So he's in the top 10, and he's taking a peek at more. He's going to make a move on Spear. Jason Jackson down on the bottom. I think he'll make this pass here.
Good side-by-side action here, Dean.
Yeah, Spear holding him off. Jackson, though, on this entry, yeah, he's going to take it right there. So put Jackson up into 9th now. He'll try to catch up to Kane and Thompson. Up front, still, Big Possum. He's got himself a 7.6 second lead. Then it's Suggs, Tony Ratliff, Hunt, and back to Ripka and Lester. Right now, these guys are about 22 seconds behind Jason Brantley. Lap times? Well, let's look at them. Last time by, Ripka 53.8. The leader, Brantley, a 54.1. So roughly 3/10 there, Baron.
Yeah, and you know, I think these guys know, right? Like, hey, I've got them covered up on pit strategy. How hard do you push at that point, Dean?
Yeah, I mean, I think you push pretty hard, Baron. I mean, but you never want to run the car off of it. Here we have our math wizard of RGR, Rachel Hunt. She come in on lap 20, again on lap 50, a 30-lap run, followed by now another 30-lap run. So she's done it correctly. I don't know if it'll pay off for her. We'll see. As far as a two-stopper, I would say, but we have several cars who are on a one-stop strategy, Baron. They're going to be awfully tough to beat.
Well, lap 51 of 80. Not a lot of room here for guesswork. With only 30 laps, 29 laps to go. If you can't make it, you know by now.
Well, you do. And the question is, if Brantley can't make it, what's the ideal lap for him to come in, Baron? I mean, his last stop, let's look at it again, lap 34. So, you know, we're on 51. That's only 17 laps he's done. And we've got, 29 to go. So, you know, we have to do a little math, and I don't want to get out the old abacus, Baron. I've already kicked it. It's half broken.
You got your calculator, your backup calculator handy?
What's a calculator?
It's a little machine that helps you add laps.
Oh, that's an abacus.
That also does the same thing.
I see. Well, I'm not in your newfangled ways, Baron.
Don't get me started on your cell phone.
Cell phone. I've stepped into an alternate reality. Let's get back to racing. Kane, Thompson, and Jackson.
Don't take plastic, Dean.
These three here have done a great job. And they're just trying to move forward slowly but surely. They're currently about 0.6 faster than Jason Brantley. They are a little slower than Ripka and Lester, though. So Ripka and Lester really doing something here. And you got to wonder, Baron, what does the 78 have in the tank for these? You know, once we get down to it, maybe 20 to go, they're going to be our leaders. Torgerson, he's on pit road. And there's Lester and Ripka coming right there.
All right, so here we go. 3 more cars in front of Lance Ripka that need to pit. And we'll be settling this thing between these 2 cars you see here.
Yeah, we definitely will. Can someone from this secondary group make a move? Thompson getting out there right now and starting to walk away a bit. He wants to push a little bit. Currently 2 seconds behind our leaders. There's Spear and Ashley. They've fallen off a little bit, 9th and 10th. The Toad Man all alone out here is a lonely feeling, Baron.
Oh, boy. Sure is. Puff, puff, pass with Tyloo Glass.
Yeah, I think a little something going on in that car right now. I don't want to get any close-ups, Baron. There is the big possum. You see Rachel Hunt now. She's already pitted. She, in fact, did go a lap down, so that's not good news for her. She beat her lucky dog, though, if caution did come out. But her pace a little bit off to make this 2-stop strategy work. I think she'll do better than several others on the 2-stopper just because of, well, math, Baron. But,
No abacus included.
we don't include that. Here it is. Oh, look at Lester low out of that corner. I love it. Ripka a little high that time. Thompson closing in a hurry. So here we go. Thompson, Kane, and oh no, and Kane off the wall down the track he goes. He'll go on to pit road at full speed, Baron. This is the quickest pit stop ever.
Going to include some damage repair and some penalty time.
Wow, Kane, that is not good. But Thompson on the move, all of a sudden, I think he looked at the fuel mileage and said, I'm good to go. I think everybody else milking that fuel a little bit. If you remember, I mentioned Thompson did 1 extra lap, Baron, and that left him a little extra room fuel-wise. So here we go. Thompson, with the power down, is turning quicker laps, and he's about to come up here and take the lead, I believe. Well, it won't be the lead yet because Brantley's still on the track.
But it will be settled by these 3 cars.
There's no doubt about it. Jackson just behind him. He's trying to be a little patient, but he's close enough, Baron. He's within striking distance.
Yes, he is. And if these 2 get to racing, Jackson will be there.
So Thompson now, and Lester moves over and says, go ahead, my friend. So interesting there. I think Lester says, I still got to save some. I can't keep up like this. So he'll fall in behind. Ripka has pulled away a little bit. And this is going to bring Jackson in, because Lester falling back like this is giving Jackson a little bit of that draft, Baron. So 4 cars all together here, 4th through 7th. Brantley's still out front. Can he shut me up and make it the distance? Who knows? Tony Ratliff, James Suggs, these 3 cars out here. We know Suggs can't make it. He pitted really early, and with 24 to go, I think it's about time Suggs heads to pit road right now.
Well, Rick Thompson got there, but he's not moving around.
Yeah, this is interesting. This could be purposeful, Baron. He might just want to milk a little more gas, a little longer, and you see Ripka pushing up out of the groove there.
I take it back. Thompson misses the corner a little bit here.
Yeah, very interesting here. We've seen both guys miss the corner, one on one and one on the other. Lester hanging tough. He's right there.
Back in his rhythm, right?
Yeah, I think he's been fine. Just letting Thompson go broke his rhythm a little bit. You see Thompson pulls up there, out of 2, big run. Ripka moves down the track slightly. Thompson perhaps pedaling it a little bit behind there, trying to milk some gas. I'm not sure. Like I said, he did one extra lap. He should have enough.
Tom Lester make up a lot of ground in those two turns.
Yeah, they seem to have toned it down a bit. Lester maybe turned the wick up. Jason Jackson, he gonna run his pace. He's got a strategy. He's gonna stick with it. Further back, Spear and Ashley still together, 8th and 9th. Brantley, Tony Ratliff, James Suggs, still on the track. Back to this battle. Here comes Brantley. So the big possum coming on to pit road. Here with 22 to go. He'll vacate the lead. That'll hand it over to Tony Ratliff.
So did Tony get out his abacus? Can he make it all the way?
Yeah, I don't think so, Baron. He pit on lap 36. Suggs 100% cannot make it. I think there's no way Tony can make it. I think the battle is here. And you see Rick Thompson making a move right now, looking for the lead. Ripka thought about the block, but couldn't get there. Now, not new race leader. I want to say it, but there's two other cars up there. But for this group, for all intents and purposes, Rick Thompson, this could be the race winning pass.
Big miss by Lester. He missed that corner completely.
Well, he's still in good shape, and don't look now. Jackson's starting to close in. The patience of the 86, your points leader, starting to show.
Boy, we were talking earlier in the race. What happened to Jason Jackson? He's all the way in the back of the field, not having a night, and here he is.
And he's always lurking, Baron. So this group now with Thompson leading, could it have been that Ripka let him by just so he can milk his gas a little bit? That's always possible.
Well, we know he can make it. He's trying to make up the one lap. I mean, there is the difference between Thompson and Ripka. So,
well, remember, Ripka made it the completion of lap 40. It's just that Thompson did an extra one. Suggs now on pit road, so second place gets vacated. He comes in. Then there was one, Baron.
Yeah. So 8 seconds back to Rick Thompson now for Tony Ratliff.
There is Tony all alone here at Indy. Trying to run smooth times. Maybe milk the gas. I don't think he can make it. Who knows? But right now, like you said, 8.4 second lead to this group. Led by Rick Thompson out of West Point. Baron?
Utah.
You making
West
fun
Point,
of me,
Utah.
Baron?
Well, I thought you were going to go with West Point, like military.
Well, I left it open because being Canadian, if you don't know, you don't say. Good race brewing here. Thompson seems to have played his cards right with that later pit stop during the first one. I love it. Ripka, awesome all night. And Lester, I can't say enough good things. It's great to see him in contention. I'm rooting for him, even though I shouldn't be, Baron. I'm supposed to be impartial.
Well, everybody loves a first-time winner, and that would be Tom Lester's first win. That would be incredible.
It really would, and it would also mandate that you drink a bottle of Jack Daniels this weekend.
Count it. I'm in. Let's do it.
It's going to be
I'll do
rough,
it in
but
his
he'll
name.
give it a go, folks.
Oh, there'll be pictures.
Just like the old days of NASCAR, we get in these quiet times of the race. Boys are logging laps, waiting for this big fight. Big track, 17 laps, a lot to go. Really don't begin your push until like 5 to go, Baron.
Well, if they're managing their tires and their fuel, then yeah, we're absolutely in a waiting period. But don't look now. But Jason Jackson's about to make this a foursome.
Well, he's fallen off here as of late, Baron. So he was almost in the draft, and now he's fallen off. This is fuel management. He is definitely dropping the pace and thinking, oh, I just want to make sure I make it. So, there could be championship implications. He wants to be certain and at least salvage a top 5 out of this. So he could be out of it as far as a win goes. This battle continues. Brantley, who pitted and was leading, remember now, he's got freshies. He's flying, Marin. Now, he is up in 8th position right now, absolutely cooking the track. He's 26 seconds off the lead. He's running about 2 full seconds a lap faster. That would be 30 seconds, according to my Canadian math. We got ourselves a race, man. This ain't over yet.
Oh, it's definitely not over yet. And that's the beauty of Indy. Like, all these laps and all that pitch strategy, and we are not done.
Like I said, there's a way to shut me up. Let's go get the victory. Brantley going to try and do that. Now, these times are going to level out. He's not going to make up 2 seconds every lap. He currently is very close to 2 seconds per lap, though. He's going to pick up, he's going to get by Tom Ashley. He's going to get by Jason Spear. He might get by Jason Jackson. I don't know. Well, I was going to Tony Ratliff. To Rick Thompson, Brantley is only 17 seconds back, Baron. So he only needs just over a second a lap. He might get there.
If those tires hold out, yep, he'll get there.
Wow, how intriguing is this? Thompson leading, or not leading, Tony Ratliff leading, Thompson in second, Ripka and Lester right there. How about Tony Ratliff? Can he milk an extra 5 laps out of this tank?
The drama builds at Indy.
That's what you love about this track, because it is a thoughtful man's track. Think about Indy 500, Baron. How many different strategy calls have stolen the Indy 500?
Year over year, Dean, it's a consistency at the Indy 500. Here with these big heavy cars, you got an opportunity for pitch strategies and for tire fall off. And Dean, it looks like these guys have managed it brilliantly.
Yeah. Some better than others, but yes, we'll see what Tony Ratliff can do. His lead currently 7 seconds. Now it's coming down. He's about 2/10 slower than the guys chasing him, but that's not enough for him to lose the lead. Can he milk it for 13 more laps? Anything's possible, folks. See Kane back there. He's a lap down. Now he's helping Jason Jackson a little bit here, Baron.
They're giving Jackson a little bit of a sniff here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Apparently that ain't going to last very long as he starts to pull away in these corners, but every little bit helps.
Sure does. So defeating, too, when the car goes around and just drives off you. If you're a race car driver, you don't want anybody passing you. I don't care about the tires.
Yeah, even if they're a lap down. Get back here.
Yep. Hate it.
Thompson leading. Ripka has never let him go. He only let him get out front, I believe, for the draft alone, just for his fuel. But Ripka getting ready. Like I said, don't make your move too early. You can wait till like 5 to go. Spear, nice race by him. He's all alone out here. The 83 machine currently in 6th position, Marin. He's got the East Coast web printers on there, and he's advanced 2 spots so far tonight.
Good to see Jason in the field having a solid night. And, you know, that paint scheme and I really like it, Dean. It's, you know, it's very colorful. It's very, it looks like a piece of Jason's spear. You know, he's a very colorful man.
There you go. I love it, too. And you see behind him the big possum coming in looking for 6th, Baron. He's making headway here, currently running about a 1.5 seconds or more faster than that group we keep talking about. So we'll see here if he can make short work of Jason Spear.
Looks like the pass is happening.
Yeah, you're going to go way down the track. Serpentine back up. He'll get a little better entry angle there. And the 3 is through. Into 6th goes Jason Brantley. Next on his hit list, Jason Jackson, who's currently 7 seconds ahead of him and getting a push from Kane all of a sudden, who was in front of Jackson. So, oh, this is a little bit of help here. I'm not sure what's going on here.
10 to go here, Dean.
10 to go, big track, 2.5 miles out there, so still 25 miles remaining. Rick Thompson stretching his legs out here, starting to open up. The top 3 got separation amongst each other, and all of a sudden Jackson, who fell back, starting to come forward again. The ebbs and flows of Indy continue.
That they do.
All the while, Tony Ratliff is on the track, still a 7-second lead. That time by, he was only about a 1/10 slower than Rick, or faster actually, than Rick Thompson. So Tony's putting it down here with 9 to go.
Can he make it?
I mean, he's acting like he can, Baron. If he can't, I don't know why he hasn't pitted, but that's a story for another day, I guess. But
maybe he's hoping and praying for that yellow flag to save him.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, Baron. At this point, like, what do you got to lose, right? Let's run her dry. So he continues. He's actually stretching out his lead a little bit here with 9 to go. We'll stay with him here out of 4 and see. And oh, he's coming in, Baron.
Oh, here he comes. Yep.
So Tony vacates the lead, and you can see coming out of 4 is going to be our new leader, Rick Thompson. There he goes. So this is your battle. We knew it would be. We never have certainty, Baron, but we thought it would be. These 3 cars are going to settle it. We're on 8 to go.
Get your popcorn, folks.
Indeed, Baron. What's open right now?
Taco Bell.
The pay window's open. Ripka can smell it. Down to the inside. He goes, oh, contact! A little rubbing of the paint as he opens up a little bit of space and says, get out of my way. I'm going to the front. Thompson battling back on the outside. Lester right here. Could this all bring... They're going to go 3-1. Lester down to the inside. What a move here at Indy. Tom Lester looking for it. Ripka going to back out. No, he isn't. But wow. Lester slams it in there.
And misses the corner. Ripka cuts him a little break.
That's what you call a war hoop right there, Baron.
Full send.
And all this bringing Jackson into the mix. So here he comes with his help from Kane. Now, all of a sudden Ripka back underneath the Lester. Lester gives it up. And now that, Thompson has opened up a little bit. They got to get back. Jackson right in the picture. Guess who's coming? Brantley with fresh rubber. Oh boy.
7 to go.
6 to go, Barra, now. Holy smokes. Hold on.
So it looks like Lester heated his tires up a little bit, throwing that car in there. He's lost a little bit of ground to Ripka and Thompson. Going to get some help as soon as Jason Jackson gets there.
Well, and don't forget about Brantley. Brantley about 5 seconds back of the lead. He is running just about 0.8 faster. There's 6 laps. It's going to be close, Baron. Put your bets down, folks. Who's going to get this one? Doyle Lawrence out there. Scott Olson out there with the potato head paints are free and always will be. Now for the race lead, Ripka underneath the Thompson. Can he get by here with 5 to go? Will this battling bring others in?
Have to be 5 ways.
Lester gets down and gives a push to Ripka. Jackson right in the picture. He's got Kane with him. Oh, and Lester loosens up Ripka on entry there. But Ripka holds on to it and drives through.
Jackson's in the mix now. He's right there, dude.
He's right there, and he's been patient. He's probably got the best stuff of this group. 4 cars in the battle. Brantley coming up quick. Lester looks to make a move. Nothing doing. Thompson tries the outside. Gets stalled. Lester will get underneath him. Back in line he goes. Thompson starting to stretch it out here a little bit. Brantley continuing to close. He's 2.3 seconds back.
Lester's got his nose out there again. He's showing his nose, or are we going for a pass here?
Not sure exactly. He could be protecting from Jackson. I don't know. Coming down to 3 to go. Three more times around the circuit. Ripka out front, Thompson in second, Lester third, Jackson fourth, Brantley, he can smell it now. Lester underneath the Thompson.
Yep. Give him a push, Jason.
Jackson goes with Lester. They're down on the bottom. Ripka opening up a lead here. They got to get going. We're coming down to 2 to go.
So Lester clears him. Jackson does not.
Time is wasting away here as Brantley closes in. There he is. Jackson looks like he's going to make a move on Thompson. Thompson might have burned his stuff up. Lester closing back in on Ripka.
Nice and low, big gains on that turn, Dean.
Brantley has caught Thompson and Jackson. He is in the mix here. Holy cow! 2 more corners and 1 more lap. Great corner there by Lester. Can he get a run here and get up there? Lance Ripka, your leader. 1 to go.
Lance Ripka's a very hard pass at this time of the race, Dean. I'm going to drink a bottle of Jack Daniels if this happens the right way.
Spear coming off of pit road could not make it, apparently. That's going to hurt his finish. He'll fall to at least 11th. Through 1 and 2, Ripka, perfect. Brantley got by Thompson. He'll be looking to get by Jackson and get in the top 3. I think that's as far as he's going to get. Jackson serpentining down the straightaway to hold off Brantley. Ripka opening it up through 3. He is clear here. Lester needs a great corner. Can he do something here? It doesn't look like it. The 52, Lance Buckshot Ripka outplays him and outthinks him. He'll be victorious here in the Indy 200. Lester second. Jackson holds off Brantley for third. Thompson comes in fourth, or fifth, sorry. And they got Suggs, Tony Ratliff, Tom Ashley, Rachel Hunt, and the Toad Man in your top 10. Very interesting race, Baron.
Yep, good finish. Pulling for Tom Lester, and that Jack Daniels machine, that was a great run by him, and hats off to him and that team for the effort tonight at Indy. It's a hard track, and he did a whale of a job. But congratulations there to Lance Ripka. No shade to his way. That's a hell of a run. Pull off a win with all that competition. Great job.
Yeah, awesome job. He played it right, Baron. You could see at one point he gave up the lead to Rick Thompson. I think that was on purpose. And he outplayed him and came home with the victory. Brantley was impressive with his chase down, extra stop. Almost got it done. So the drop-off was pretty huge with these lap times, and Brantley knew it, and he worked the math a little bit there. And Lester, definitely a big story. Can't wait for you to talk to him tonight, Baron. That could be electric with that paint job and all.
Yep, sure could.
All right, right now, let's take a commercial break. We'll come back with some race interviews. At the Ferrari there, Baron. Does that pique your interest?
Of course it does, Dean. Anytime you get to drive a real fast race car, I'm all in.
All right, let's look at our race results here. We're in through our top 10. Spear with that late stop will fall to 11th. Kane in 12th. Torgerson 13th. Claus Williams, a couple of issues tonight. The Spears retired, Herb Ashley retired, so some toughness at the bottom, some interesting decisions on when to pit tonight. Of course, some overreaction from the booth and myself. It's kind of what I do, Baron. But all in all, 2 stories. Ripka plays him, and Lester with maybe his best finish. A great race by him.
Yeah, great drive. Indy providing a lot of drama, pit strategies, to and from the rest of the field. Love to see Brantley here in third. That was a hell of a run. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, great stuff for sure. So let's turn our attention to our third place finisher, our points leader, the 86, Jason Jackson. Congrats on third place tonight, Jason.
Thanks. Can I borrow like a half a gallon of gas?
Absolutely, but you don't want to know how you're going to have to get it, Jason. Unfortunately, it's not very pleasant.
Oh, that's all right. It
Ain't
was
nothing free.
extremely close.
Anyway,
Yeah, nothing's
Jason,
free.
that was kind of the story of the night, wasn't it, Jason? We were watching you when you did make it up to this lead pack. It was kind of an ebb and flow of you saving gas, trying to figure out if you had enough and when you could make a run.
Yeah, I kind of messed up qualifying, and I told Ed from the start. I said, since I'm starting in the back, I said I'm saving fuel for the word go. I said I am making it on one stop, and I sure did.
Well, you did, and it was, it really dictated how you race, Jason. It's what we love about you is you come in, you know what you want to do, how to get it accomplished, and you make that happen. And if that's third place, if that's fifth place, or if that's first place, you're not going to deviate from that plan, are you?
No, I usually stick to it. The last couple of races, I've deviated from my plan, and it's really bit me. So I decided this time that to stick to it and not get sucked in with trying to race anybody. And some of the guys had really slowed down and kind of surprised me, and they said they still weren't able to make it.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it, Jason, how the different driving styles will burn more fuel. I notoriously raced with someone who seemingly has a hole in his gas tank. I mean, he's usually 2, 3, 4 laps shorter than most of us. What's the key out there, Jason?
You gonna let him talk about you that way, Barrett, about running around?
No,
He's not the one. He's not the one.
Yeah, it was. I've gotten a lot better over the last couple of years of knowing how to save fuel and still somewhat maintain speed. Now, it doesn't work all the time, but in this car, I can at least do it.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about Indy. One of my favorites, Jason. You might hear a little too much preaching over the radio from me, but I certainly enjoy the track, and I love getting low. I love getting those lefts down there. How do you like to run it? And what do you think? How'd the car handle on this track tonight?
My strategy is kind of that too. I take kind of a late turn in and cut across and get kind of low and just try to stay below the line in each corner and get a somewhat decent run off, and it seems to work. I mean, I have my moments. The car, depending on how you hit the wake in front of you of the car, it would, like, there was one lap I thought I was going to knock the wall down. The car just took off pushing, and I was only like 8/10 behind the car in front of me, and it was surprising how bad it lost the nose.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that this car would react differently to different lines, and the one thing you didn't want to do is get and push off the corner because guys were slapping that wall out there, Jason.
Yeah, I heard several guys come across and say they smacked the wall. I saw that Klaus did it and a couple of others.
Well, this had a real traditional Indy feel to it tonight, Jason. I mean, we were talking a little bit about it. The Indy 500 strategy matters. It always comes into play. Fuel's always a concern here, and we had a little bit of that tonight. I hope you enjoyed it here at Indy.
Yeah, I kind of got a love-hate relationship with Indy. I run good at times here, and then other times I couldn't find a circle in this place for no reason. But tonight wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it was a great night. Points leader, Jason Jackson, third place here tonight, probably opening up more of a lead. I love it. Congratulations, Jason. We'll give you the mic. Anybody you want to shout out, brother?
Well, first of all, I've got to thank you guys at Wind Tunnel, and then the series sponsors of East Coast Web Printing and Alive Church and Kylie Glass. Without them and you guys, we wouldn't have the entertainment after the fact to watch and see what's going on. And the next person I really got to thank is Ed. He probably did the most for me tonight to make sure that I finished third, and he's a really good teammate. And then I got to thank my other teammates of Nick and Derek and Brandon. You know, they do a lot too behind the scenes to help everybody in our group. And got to thank Custom Works and Futaba and Civil Tech and Ed Kane CPA again. And just got to thank Todd and everybody. And what I got to say mostly here is to Fred that's now in here. What a great run. I'm just thrilled to see him get a second place finish. What a job, Fred.
Absolutely, Bear, and that is third place finisher Jason Jackson.
Well, congratulations, Jason, and we hope for a championship win. But it is my pleasure tonight to bring to you the driver of the number 78 Jack Daniels Chevy Camaro, Mr. Fred Lester. Fred, congratulations! Welcome to the Wind Tunnel podium booth.
All right, Mr. Brandon. This is for you, Baron. You know it.
I can't wait to tell you how excited I was to see that Jack Daniels car. So I don't know if you know, Fred, once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, I ran that same scheme for about 4 years, from 2013 to about 2018 or 19, before I got picked up by my first team. Is this a look into your future, Fred? Are you moving into better finishes and a team picking you up?
Not only about the team, but I just feel more confident by myself. You know, getting more practice in here and there. You know, getting used to these cars, and making it where you don't really care if you're running for the points or not. You know what I'm saying? You go up there and race for them.
Well, you went up there and you showed them your true colors, my friend. What was the difference between, did you find something tonight which is working for you, or was this just pure practice and grind?
I had about 30 minutes of practice before you got to race, and it took about 10 minutes to figure it out. You got to save the tires on this car.
Well, and save it you did. You made the right pit call, too. When everybody else was pitting, what are you thinking? Stick to your strategy?
Well, I was planning on pitting twice. In like lap 7 or 8, I noticed I could probably save a couple laps and make it. So I kind of built back to about 9th place and kind of rode there.
Well, you did a great job with it. You got to running with Lance Ripka for most of the night. Were you playing some possum with him? You trying to set him up, or were you looking for any opportunity?
I learned from him, and I played possum. And he tried to get me to pass him a couple times. I just fell in right behind him. I was like, no, if anybody runs out, it's going to be him, not me.
Well, you had an opportunity, 3 wide going into the turn. Talk about that pass.
Well, it kind of shook me up. I thought I was going to take him out, so I kind of backed it up and let him go again. And I didn't figure Lance was going to make it, to be honest with you. I thought I had a good chance of better fuel mileage than he did.
Well, you did make it, and you finished second. Who you got to thank for your efforts tonight?
Well, one is you and Dean, and Todd the Tow Man, and all these other boys in here, Spears Motorsports, all of them. All a bunch of great people in here.
Well, we're glad to have you here, Fred. Congratulations on your second place. A very popular second place with the field, I can tell you that. Dean, number 78, driver of that Jack Daniels Chevrolet, Mr. Fred Lester, to you and me.
Yeah, that's right, man. We got to put a mister on that. What a run. And, of course, he's going to force you to drink a bottle this weekend. I got to love that as well.
I'm all over it.
Yeah, you gotta be. We're gonna need video evidence of that. But let's turn our attention to the race winner, the 52, Lance Buckshot Repka. Congratulations, Lance.
Thanks, Dean. That was a fun race. I definitely needed a lot of patience, and it saved the right front, and obviously saved some gas.
Well, I'm going to start kind of where Barron left off there with that 3 wide. You know, Tom gets in there a little hot, maybe felt a little guilty about it, and kind of lets you go. Tell us a little bit about that 3 wide.
It definitely made me nervous, but I guess I really, with those two 3 wide, I'm not nearly as nervous. When I saw him start sliding up the track, I just kind of backed out a little bit, kind of moved up the track, and figured at that point I'm either going to clear him or I'm not. When I heard clear to the inside, my heart stopped beating as fast. But yeah, I was a little nervous, but I knew us 3 could hold it.
Now, Lance, when we look at what this whole race in its totality, you know, you led a lot of the first run. I'd say the most of it, and yet you were okay to make it to halfway. Were you surprised that most drivers could, or a lot of drivers couldn't make it?
I really wasn't surprised that they couldn't. About halfway through that first run, I realized I had a chance I could make it to 40 and make it halfway. So at that point, I was, even when I was behind Claus, I was conserving. I was letting off early, letting it roll through the center, and wasn't getting back on or just rolling back into the throttle, coming off each corner. And uh, throughout the time, I could start seeing my fuel starting to match the laps. So um, yeah, I mean, I started my conservation for fuel about halfway through the first run, when I noticed I could try to make it or possibly make it.
Well, it was key. And then, we were watching Rick Thompson. He did one extra lap, and I thought, well, maybe he's got a little something extra there. Were you concerned that maybe Rick could do something there?
Oh yeah, I was kind of concerned when he came out um, with one lap more because even through that last run, I was always showing one lap to the negative. So yeah, I was just like, well, he's probably just going to be right there on the edge. And so I started going in conservation mode, and when he closed up that distance with us so quickly, I knew he was running a lot harder than we were. So it was only a matter of time before he looked at it and needed to go into conservation mode.
Well, then, you have these challenges. Tom, Fred Tom, as I affectionately call him, the man with two names, Lester, what a race by him. I think, at least for us in the booth, I hate to say it, Lance, but we're kind of rooting him on a little bit. I think a lot of people were. And, he was one challenge, but there was another challenge hiding in the weeds, a two-stopper. Brantley, the big possum, was coming up. Were you noticing that?
I really wasn't noticing him come up. I was too, focused on the 2 at hand. And when we started racing and going 3 wide, about with 5 to go, I was thinking in my head, this is too early. If we start doing this now, we're all 3 of us are gonna run out. But 3 to go, so when I really started pushing it pretty hard. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Not until Fred told me after the race how close he got, I wasn't paying any attention to it.
Yeah, I think you had another lap or two. Brantley might have got you all on a two-stopper, Lance. It was something else. Watch him come through there. But the key tonight was you end up in victory lane. You outplayed him and outthought him tonight. Any keys? What were your final thoughts on the race here and how you got it done?
It was just straight run, smooth line. Just rolling off the throttle, back on the throttle, um, not getting too stabby with it, and making moves when you can. Just riding behind somebody saves a lot, And as far as any tricks, I think I got lucky. I'll be honest with you, because I was going into this with a 2-stop mentality. I wasn't sure if a 1-stop was actually going to beat a 2-stop, but Brantley made it quite obvious that a 2-stopper was competitive. But I guess he was close to the strategy, just not close enough.
Yeah, definitely not close enough, Lance. Great to see you back in victory lane again. Maybe getting the full group. Maybe we'll see some domination going forward, Lance. You say you got a little bit lucky. I disagree. You played it right. You played it strong. And congrats on the victory, my friend. And we'll give you the mic. Anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, you bet. I'll give you guys a shout out, WTTV. Hell of a job. Kailu Glass for Gen 4, Xfinity, on our Xfinity Series Alive Church. And of course, there's Jason Brantley and the East Coast Web Printers for our Gen 6ers on Thursday night. Everybody that races in this league, they're all top notch. Appreciate all of them. Last but not least, all the men and women that serve our country. Appreciate all they do.
All right, Baron. That is Lance Ripka, number 52 in Victory Lane.
Yeah, congratulations to Lance. Congratulations to Fred, Tom, and all of our Jason Jackson, our points leader. Indy, historic track, and gave us a historic race tonight.
Yeah, it did. Classic Indy race here this evening. Had a lot of ups and downs, ebbs and flows. I loved it. I want to get back on it, Baron. Maybe me and you could do a booth battle out at Indy.
I'd be happy to do it, Dean. Dial me up.
All right, you bring the Jack Daniels, and I'll bring the race car, and off we go. For myself, Dean Doucette, for Mr. Baron Labosco, that's going to wrap it up here from Indy, and we'll see you right here